like to call the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this new year. This is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. It is now 4:36. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And a moment of silence after. Commissioner Sol Presley, can you lead us?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Can we have well, let's do a roll call first. Is that, or should we do the organizational?
Do the roll call.
Yeah.
Sol
Yep.
Presley? Here. Kespricky?
Here.
Nevejas?
Here.
Myrick?
Here.
Hawkridge?
Here, for the record, all five are present. Number two is our organizational meeting for the new year of officers. I'm going to let Mr. Dave Westland conduct this part of the meeting for us.
Okay, so we have the offices of president, vice president, and secretary. Are those the three?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess we'll start with president, and I'll open any nominations for the office of president.
I would like to make a motion that we retain the slate as it is, as Tony as president, myself as vice president, and who's the secretary? You? And Kathy is the secretary.
Second.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Otherwise, I'm going to view that as a motion to appoint Tony as president, Kathy as secretary, Greg as vice president, and a motion to close nominations along with a second.
Correct.
So somebody got a second.
Roll call vote on
Sol Presley?
Yes.
Kespricky?
Yes.
Nevejas?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Hawkridge?
Yes. Thank you, I gladly accept.
Congratulations.
I guess
Thank
we
you.
should ask him if he want to stay president first.
Okay, number four is a declaration of conflict of interest. And number five is communications.
None were received.
Number six is our homebound municipal forgivable loan approval. Looks like we have six applicants. Are they all here?
Yes, all of them are here.
Can they come forward and introduce themselves? Jump in there and
Hi, good evening. I'm Joan Villalobos. My son couldn't be here. He's at work. Right here.
Oh, okay. And so how did you hear about this program, Miss?
It's actually about my daughter. She purchased a house 2 years ago, and I've been wanting to get one, but it's sad to say I got all their student loans and everything under my name. So I decided to give it a try, and I got
So,
it.
so your daughter was unable to get the,
She did
No, she
2
got-
years
she got
ago.
it.
oh, she did get it, oh, good.
Yes.
So-
Okay.
And she's the one who convinced me to try it this year.
Okay.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
And the gentleman right behind her, could you please step up and tell us your name?
Gus Salazar,
And how did you hear about the program, Mr. Salazar?
my real estate agent, Nina Wiseman.
Who?
There's a couple people.
Oh.
My real estate agent,
Who's your agent?
Nina Wiseman.
Nina Wiseman?
Yeah.
She used to work with me. I'm a real estate agent as well. She's at Century 21 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the lady next behind you?
Carolyn Adams.
And Ms. Adams, how did you hear about the program?
I actually work for Hammond Academy of Science and Technology, so the counselors kind of pushed it, so.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm sorry, you teach at Hats, is that right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
It does say teacher by her name.
Hi, Carlos and Christina Alvarez. And
How
I
did
heard
you hear about
your program through Google.
Google?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's the first one.
I remember, that might be our first Google, yeah.
Okay.
Anissa Lafitte through my real estate agent, Maria Vega.
I know her too. Okay.
You're a teacher as well, right?
Yes.
She's a teacher as well.
Where do you teach?
In East Chicago at Washington Elementary.
Okay.
Hi, Monica Jose Mendoza II. Actually found out about the program through the information in our, the seller. I didn't have, yeah.
Oh, the seller told you?
It was in the information for the house. It said,
Oh,
don't
okay.
forget to ask. So I had no knowledge of it until
Okay.
then.
That was a good selling tip.
No realtor involved? Was there a realtor involved as a seller of the house?
We went through the Zillow app. So after that, we kind of contacted our own realtor through the app.
Oh, okay. Okay. So are you guys first-time home buyers? Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay. Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 6 applicants.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 6 applicants that are present tonight. Can we have a roll call on that?
Total Presley,
Yes.
Kaspricki,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes. Motion passes 5 yes.
Congratulations to you.
Happy New Year.
You're welcome.
You guys may be excused if you like. Okay, number 7's our subordination request approval.
She's present.
We have one applicant. Can she come forward?
This one on you.
Hmm?
This one on you.
Kill it.
No, not
Hello, Ms. Pulido. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But I see that this was supposed to close on December 21st. Was there a problem with the closing date?
We're just waiting for this meeting.
I'm sorry?
We're just waiting for this meeting. They had to have this meeting in order to.
So this subordination is what stalled the closing?
Yes.
Okay.
So when are you scheduled to close now?
I think the 7th.
The 7th. Okay.
Okay, and I see that you're going down to a 15-year term. That was the intent of your loan?
Yes.
And then no cash out?
No.
Not receiving any cash out. All right, I see that we're still gonna be in the second position, probably in the same situation we were before. Anybody questions? Mr. President, I move to approve the subordination request for Erica Pulido at 4820 Elm in Hammond.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the subordination request approval for Erica Polito, 4820 Elm Avenue. I will call that.
Total Presley, yes. Kaspricki,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Thank you. Okay, number 8's our reports. Happy New Year, Ms. Carla, would you like to share anything?
Happy New Year, no report at this time.
Okay. Move along then, number 9's our bills, register of claims.
President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the Register of Claims for October 23rd, 2017 through January 2nd, 2018. Register of Claims R55336 through R55569.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the register of claims dating from October 23rd, 2017 through January 2nd, 2018. That's claims R55336 through claim R55569. Is there any questions or discussion on these claims?
Presley? Yes. Tesbricki?
Yes.
Navejas?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppers?
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, number 10's new and unfinished business.
I just want to bring it up for a brief note. Hate to be like the subordination executioner, but do we have a rule, like this loan in this case, we are, with our second lien, we're over 100% of the appraised value. Do we have a loan, do we have a formula that would disqualify them? Like, I didn't want to kill somebody's closing today, but like today, that's appraised value of 60,000. With our second lien, we're over 100% loan to value. And I, you know, just wonder if there's a rule that we need to know or that we should be looking out for.
Well, we're already second on it, so technically they're not supposed
Well,
to
yeah,
get a
but
home
there's a-
loan if the formula, there is a formula when they get the original home loan. So if they're over by too much, then they can't get the home loan. So,
Right, but this is ultimately like getting another loan, so it's reapplying. So now it's possible, in this case, probably increasing the amount of the loan, which does put them over. And again, I'm not trying to kill somebody's, what's that?
I thought she didn't get any
She
additional
did.
money out.
She didn't, but the balance that she's gonna have is 57,000, which probably the loan officer got. Our 2,500 takes it over 60,000. The appraised value of the house is 60,000.
At this point, it's a little too late.
No, I understand that, I'm just bringing it
No,
up.
but I
for-
mean, even.
I'm just
too
using
late
this as
for
the
today
example.
Because they've already gotten all the money. So, you know what I'm saying? She's just trying to get lower on her payments and stuff.
I
So
understand.
she's already got all the money. The loans have already been done. So at the point when she got the loan from us, yes. If Andrea was still here, she could tell you there is a formula that they go through. There's a process of whether people qualify to get the home loan. At that time, she must qualify. Maybe her house was worth more money at that time. You know, maybe a price higher.
So that's the question, right? You're asking if, when they initially do the loan.
No. I agree, she qualified for the first one, that's fine, but that's gone now. Does she qualify now? What's that?
It's not a matter of requalifying.
Sure it is,
It's the same, she's not getting any more money from us.
but it still puts, I know for the most
the-
part we don't care, but
the
it puts
answer-
us in a less of a position of security than before.
We're still second. We're always second.
Right, but we're second to nothing, there's not enough left, where there probably was before. And again, I understand, it's a great program, I'm all for it, and I don't want to see it go away. I just want to make sure that in reviewing the documents, you know,
It has gone away, though, just so you know. We're doing
I'm
it.
sorry,
It has gone away. We're not doing it anymore.
has it really?
But in answer to your question is, I'm not familiar with a policy or procedure where that issue, specifically the appraised value, was looked at on the second look at it. I know we've looked at, are they lowering their interest rate? Are they getting cash out?
All valid, again,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of all of it, I just,
Yeah. The cash out thing has been where there's been some issues, obviously, you know, how do you let somebody take cash out when we're still sitting,
Right.
right?
If we were a bank, it would not be approved.
That's correct.
Right.
So the issue is, you know, as a board, what do you want the policy to be on the subordination?
Or is there one, and if we just let it go on a refi, then that's fine too. I mean, I just,
I think our chances of getting money back are better if we get them where their payments are less on their original loan and stuff.
Yeah, in this case, like you were aware of it, they're saving about $58 and they cut the mortgage in
Hopefully,
half.
we'll get money.
From
I
30 years to
understand, and I
15.
really don't want to overthink it, or even extend this meeting. I just want to,
No.
I just want, you know, but if it's going away, it's a moot point, it really doesn't matter, you know.
Wouldn't that be one of the reasons why our community applies for these programs because it's not as, it gives them a little bit of a break as far as being able to ease their financial burden and all that.
I think that argument works well on the front end. I'm not sure it works as well on the subordination when it's now underwater. Right. So to Wally's point, I think yes, is the answer to your question, but I don't know, and that's what I'm saying, it's up to you five of what you want to do on a subordination request where there's a refinance. You know, typically, if they were going, if we were a normal financial institution, you'd have to prove that the value was still there, like it was initially. So,
Yeah.
But
Which is a good
the chance of getting your money back, if you take a hard line, is not very good either. So there's a practical element that comes in, and that was sort of Karen's point, was that the practical side is if you take a hard line approach, you don't let them refi, and you don't subordinate, where are you at that point? And I can tell you, some of them, you're probably not in a very good spot, because that doesn't change the value of the property. If the value's just still underwater, you're still underwater, and now you're in a no-win.
I wouldn't mind taking myself personally, I would welcome the opportunity to be able to take a closer look at these guidelines so that I could be better informed about the concern that Commissioner Kasperky brings up.
Well, the program's no longer,
Yeah, but if we're not doing it,
Okay.
Right, so like I say, so I,
we're not doing any more homework.
Oh, okay, so,
yeah, so a moot point, it caught my eye, I thought I'd bring it up, thank you.
so you just added 10 minutes to our meeting.
That's okay.
I got more questions. Don't mess with me, Greg.
All right, public comment, number 11. If anybody would like to come forward, you have 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Before we adjourn, just for the record, I wanted to acknowledge Ed Rushinek. He was the Times reporter that always came to our meetings. He's retiring, but he did step out and left a little bit early, but just wanted to acknowledge him.
I saw him in the hallway.
Is he coming back to next meeting, or?
According to Jake, he's retiring, and I think this was gonna be his last meeting, so. Like I said, for the record, just wanted to acknowledge him.
Mr. President, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.